Well, as we get ready to do another demo, we are east of Denver. And it's beautiful. I'd take this weather any day until I want a snowmobile. We ran across this racetrack over here, and they got race cars zipping around. Let's see what those look like from the air. We are definitely not in Kansas anymore, or North Dakota or Montana. We are in the wonderful area of Colorado, and it's a little more, I don't know what you'd call this, loamy, silty, a little more orange. But we do see a lot of air seeders around, box drills, seeding equipment. So this is the kinds of conditions we're going to be going into with this pillar to see how it performs. Looks like they've had a rain event at some point that seemingly washed over the furrows here and probably caused some crusting. You can see that's some hard crusting here, and yeah, there you go. There's the wheat seeds right here trying to grow up, and it's struggling. Well, there's a volunteer corn plant right on the edge of what looks like asphalt. This here looks like stripper head stubble, which means a header on a combine came through and has these rotating drums with fingers on them, and it strips the heads off the plant and keeps the stubble really long. It keeps it pretty much full height, pretty close to full height, just missing the heads, and then keeps a lot of cover standing in the crop. Really good structure here. The soil is much more moist here. Yes, I use the word moist. It's softer, moist. Even where it looks like it may be crusted, where there's some cracks, it easily breaks through. So obviously this would be a good candidate for the pillar drill. It would cut really good through this residue where a hoe drill would traditionally bunch and have issues with just material. It would really struggle to get through the trash, and it's gonna have no problem getting through this. All right, so we've got Dick here from Pillar. He has created this really cool demo machine. It demos the row units. You don't have to take a tractor in the field. He's going to show us how this works for all of us who are going to use this in the future.
Right now it's running on the airbags, which we need for down the road. So in the field, we need this back axle locked up so that we can maintain frame height. We use frame height for depth adjustment. So for that, it's just these things snip into there, into the holder here. So you'll need an air pump to make sure that we have the right amount of air in there. So we set these things at the last demo.
What Dick's referring to for the air pump, they've got the air chucks or air valves here that would air up these bags, make it an enjoyable experience pulling this down the road. We definitely tested that a few times on our trip.
No kidding.
All right, so we are in a field that the customer wanted us to try it in. This is exceptional stripper stubble. They've had more moisture than normal in the last year. They farm every other year. The ground is farmed every other year. It's usually so dry. In one year they only had a couple inches in a 12-month period. But it's gone well this year. That means there's additional residue. There's some moisture down there. And we got a couple farmers here who are very interested to see what this thing does. It is so fun to see this thing in the field, scratch behind it, talk about it, see what their needs are, what their concerns are. If this is something that you're interested in, if you want to see this for yourself and you're in the market, let's talk. Let's see what fits your operation. Let's see what your needs are. Here we go. So what I've gathered is there's a lot of hoe drills in this country, and they've got a few situations where they're just not the best. So heavy residue, not great. On this ground specifically, there's a lot of compaction from, call it poop solids, waste solids being dumped here from a nearby city, and it's just insane compaction. And so there's times where the disc drills that they do have several disc drills, they will ride up over these hard spots where these wheel tracks were, and they have intermittent penetration and depth control. It's just terrible. And so on top of the roly-poly hills here and the draws, and they need something that'll follow the ground good and get in the ground and stay in the ground and keep that good depth control. Mostly wheat. They got Milo too. They range cattle, buffalo or bison, and there's other things. So this is a good market for this thing. This is really good stuff here. Very, very defined still. Very, very much held in place, but yet this soil here is well taken care of. It's been loosened. The seed's been placed. It's been firmed back up. Set up for success. What do you like about this? Like, are you liking what you see?
Oh yeah, I'm liking is that press wheel in the back with that. Yeah, that helps the crusting issue.
It's absolutely.
Do you like the double rib one better?
I love the double rib press wheel. I love the step. I love the bigger disc. I love the low maintenance of it.
The nice thing is this is not bunching up or getting stuck. There's no residue stopping this thing. It just slices through it. So this stuff that's kind of loosened up, is that not what you want? You want that to hold tight in between?
Well, I'll tell you what,
Cut off.
sandy ground, it might be residue.
Yeah, so yeah,
But it comes loose on you and starts to build up under. But I don't know about the disc drill.
But he is also right here. I think he's in an equipment track here. I don't think that's what most of this is.
Okay.
I think like right here, see, it's not falling down there and not falling down there. So you still got your cover and your shading. And you also are getting a little bit of that hoe drill ridge.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a little bit of that funneling. See, like right here, we're still perfect. I mean, we don't have anything. This is the stepping that he's talking about with this anti-stepping thing. You could pitch that with
True.
12-inch.
Hold it back.
Yeah, the 12-inch doesn't do that. Yeah.
Man, this is really nice. You have some nice soil here.
Well, thank you. I'd like to take credit for that, but
Like-
we'll just take everybody in Denver. But this is hell.
This is like, isn't this when you want to see it?
Your soil is really shitty.
Which, inside joke, a lot of poop solids come out here and get spread. There you go, folks. Get this drill. Take care of, fertilize your ground with human waste. A lot of great benefits. All right, the good conditions must come to an end, and we must try it in more challenging conditions. And that's what we're doing here. You can tell we're at the staging area of the field. This is where equipment would come in. Oftentimes, maybe something would be piled here, loaded here, set up here. A lot of traffic. This is where all the traffic comes in and out of the field, and so super heavy. You can tell by nothing growing that it's a challenging area. So they ran it in, and it's showing its true colors. So definitely got moisture here. Had some compaction, but as you can see, we're still getting depth, getting that shelf. The disc would be here, the fertilizer slot here on the side. So we got the double rib wheel here. That shows you what that looks like. That's this wheel right here. And then on these rows, we've got the single rib. It really pushes in on the slot of the disc. And that's that one right there.
I pulled the shim out because I want to see it going a little bit deeper.
Okay.
They want to see it going in the hardest ground. So we're in the headland here where trucks are all driving on it. It's so, I'm telling them it'll go way deeper if we want it to. So that's what we're doing with this.
And the cool thing about the shims is what?
So as you're doing I took a 3/8 shim out, I'm going to be dropping my seed depth by 3/8 of an inch.
And that drops all the rows.
Yeah.
That's slick. You're not adjusting every row. You're just doing the whole rank or the whole assembly. Look how defined that is.
Oh no, that is.
This is still somewhat soft, but right here where that one rib is, it's nice and firm. So that pushed in tight over the slot where the disc made, the deep one. But where the seat is, it's still loose.
Here's that little rib. There's a profile of that sharp little rib. That's what it's meant to do, because that disc is right here.
So it's pressure.
So there's your disc, and I'm running it just on the outside. And if you see right here, this one didn't quite close. So that other one is right here, and it's just pushing this ledge. That's what this sharp point is meant to do.
Found a neat little place here. We're gonna get some good Mexican food as we retire tonight. We've had a great day, another great day of demos, and we got another great day tomorrow in store, so stay tuned. Do not turn off that dial yet. We'll be right back with you after we get some intestine tacos. No. All right, good morning. We picked up another demo here, right where we were before, but different farmer, different conditions. We've got some corn residue here that they have put in some wheat, and lucky for us, he's got a strip here that he saved for plots going right into the corn stalks. He wants to see how this does going into standing corn stalks. Here is the standing corn stalks. It's somewhat decomposed, so maybe there's a year between since this crop was up and harvested. It is very dry out here, 14 inches a year, and oftentimes they're cropping every other year. They're letting the ground mellow or sit for a year so that it can not deplete its moisture. Just no issues. Just slices through it all.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be, but and it's interesting because it was also not just corn stalks, but chem fallow, so nothing is, the roots are rotted, right?
Definitely a difference on the packer. You can see here the single rib that really packs good in where the deeper disc trench is, and then your seed is in here.
Gotcha.
And then here, this one leaves a little more clumps and residue, so probably wouldn't tend to blow as much. All right, we've wrapped up this demo near Woodrow, Colorado. Is that right?
That's right.
I got my location right. And there's two really cool things I got to highlight here that we found out without knowing before we met you guys. So Justin says, you know what? I recognize you. I think you've been on this farm, and that's a really weird thing. Like, I would remember that, right? My twin brother Jesse was here, I don't know, like 6 years ago or something?
8 or 10.
8 or 10 years ago as like another deal. So obviously it looked like me, twins, right? And then Casey's like, hey, you have a twin? No way, I'm a twin. I'm identical twins. So some really cool common ground there. And these guys are just doing a great job with the conditions they have. They got the soft fly problem, they got moisture problems, and other problems like crop prices like everyone else. But you know what? They're doing a great job, and we're really thankful to be able to connect with you. Thanks for having us out. And we're going to be on our way to South Dakota. So stay tuned. We'll be right up. So this stripper header wheat stubble was on that ground where that corn was, I'm told by Justin. Justin said it started out as that. And between the soft fly, the hail, it just knocks it down, and then the wind blows it. And so it turns from this nice residue situation into a bare looking field. So they really got the challenges of keeping that ground covered and making sure they preserve the moisture and dealing with all those pests. Wow, what a challenge out here. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up on all the fresh content posted weekly, which includes helpful tips and tricks, new products, and various adventures. Also, make sure you check out RedE.Ag's website to shop our performance air seeder solutions.